everybody, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I want to try to help you pick a palette or not for the VIB Rouge sales or the VIB sales or for Christmas. We have so many holiday collections popping and we don't know, we're kind of overwhelmed by everything that is going on. For today's video, I wanted to review the new Eye-Conic palette from Marc Jacobs, the Wild One, this is the name of it. And you get in this one 20 Eye-Conic eyeshadows, 4 different finishes as velvet, satin, silk and lame. This little guide retails for 124 Canadian dollars. That is super expensive. I wanted to review this for you because so many limited palettes, holiday palettes are coming just for the holidays, and it's really hard to pick one. Maybe you bought the one from last year, which is this one, and that was called About Last Night. I don't know about you, but me, it wasn't my favorite. Yeah, I think the formula is different and it's more similar to the new Eye-Conic palettes. I also purchased from the same collection the puur-fect Le Marc lip creme, safari themed, like with the zebra, the leopard. If you want to see how I created that look and what I think of that eyeshadow palette, and on top of that, use for the first time the new Milk Makeup Blur Liquid Matte Foundation, and also the little lipstick from Marc Jacobs limited edition. Keep on watching, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, and without any further ado, let's get to the swatches, the review, look. Let's get started. Okay, so I prepped my skin with a Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. It's a primer and a moisturizer in one, and I've been using it for a month now, and I quite like it. I have dry skin and it's very hydrating, but it doesn't it feels dry on the skin right now after 2 minutes. Then I'm gonna test out for the first time the Milk Makeup Blur Liquid, and this is a foundation, and I purchased it in the shade Warm Medium, and I like the very minimalist packaging. Yeah, so that is in a squishy tube, like a cream. Yep, comes like this, and so it says it's a matte foundation. So I'm gonna try on one side with my Sigma beauty sponge, and on the other side I will use a brush so we can figure out what works the best with that foundation. A little bit fruity, a little bit citrusy. So on that side I'm gonna use my Sigma beauty sponge, and I really like that sponge. And we're gonna do help the face. So I can notice already that it kind of oxidized just a little bit already. It still works for my skin tone. Wow, yeah. It is full coverage, but look at that. It says it's matte. I find it quite dewy, so I don't know if it's maybe my Smashbox primer, but look at that. It is full coverage, like all the little spots I had here, the breakouts, they are covered. Okay, so that is one layer, and honestly I think it's enough. I'm gonna zoom you in. So yeah, see? I'm gonna use my Fenty Beauty foundation brush, which I like as well. Let's do like maybe this, like this. So I like it because, well, since it's full coverage, you don't need much. A little goes a long way. And with that kind of applicator, I have a feeling you can control the amount you're putting on. Let's see with a brush. I have a feeling it's slightly more dewy with the sponge, but yeah, it's full coverage and one layer is enough. So I'm gonna let let it dry because it says it's matte foundation, so I'm gonna let it dry, but it's very, very natural. But it completely covered my little freckles or my breakouts. Yeah, and I like the packaging. I like that it's small, it's light, it's not glass bottle, so you can, it's travel friendly, and a little goes a long way. Okay, I'm gonna keep on doing my makeup and we'll see at the end what are my final thoughts. So far, quite impressed. Okay, so let's talk about the Wild One Marc Jacobs palette. And so this, as usual, like the one from last year, a big mirror here. And then this is how it looks like. Super pretty color range. That's the one from last year, so same size exactly. The one from last year, to be honest, I haven't played tons with it. I picked for this year Zebra and kind of like a safari jungle theme, a wild theme. And this is a lipstick, and I think the packaging is so cute. So we'll see that later. So for this year, like, yeah, the packaging is zebra, matching the theme. I think the box was really cute. Well, right now I'm gonna keep the box next to me because at the back of the palette, it's just listed by numbers. And at the back of the box, you actually have names. There you go. Here you have the names of the shadows. Not that it's super important, but me as a YouTuber, like, it helps to refer to which shade I'm using for you guys to replicate a look I'm creating. Palette, a multi-finish 20 eyeshadow palettes, and I think this one is the same formula as these Eye-Conic 7 eyeshadow palette. And this one is the Glambition number 720. Really like the packaging. I like how small it is. You have a nice mirror as well. And these shadows are so creamy, so buttery. They blend super easily. This one I love because it's a you know, for everyday makeup look. You can do something very subtle, and then you can intensify the look as well. You can go for a nice smoky eye look. So this would be a nice one to buy during the VIB Rouge or VIB sales, because yeah, I think it's very nice. The quality is here. And yeah, this one especially you will use every day, but all the other colors are very nice too. This is kind of a unique color range for a palette like this, and you get 20 eyeshadows. So you know what, let's go with the swatches right away. Paper Tiger feels very creamy, very buttery. 9 Lives, Ship-ish or Ship-ish, I'm not sure. Oh, that one is blinding, look at that. That would be beautiful in being a corner, or for an icy look, or just a pop in the middle of the lid. Then we have Early Bird. Ooh. Beautiful, very similar to Ship-ish, but more gold. White Elephant, very matte, it's pigmented. Then we have second row, ooh, Nest Egg. Wow. This is super intense. Look at how reflective it is. Has a little bit of green. It's almost like a green gold. Lion's Share. Then we have Chameleon. This looks like a duochrome. That one looks stunning. I think this one on top of a smoky eye. Ooh, look at that. So it shifts from a deep burgundy to like a, I don't know, almost royal blue. Hen Party, which is from like a nice deep fuchsia to copper gold. So far I'm super impressed. Funny Bunny, so it looks like a silverish, like silver with a little bit of teal. Oh wow. Golden Fleece. Cat Fight, Dog and Pony, Bullseye. Okay, so this one doesn't swatch as well. Not surprised because red is really hard. Let's see with another layer. Try to do a better job with the swatch. Yeah, I think this is a kind of pigment you need to work slowly, you know, to build in the color. So peacocky. Yeah, I don't know. Once again, we should see with a brush how it works. It can be really pretty, but I think once again it's like bull's eyes. I think you have to build the color slowly. So foxy. Look at that. Free bird. Kind of excited for that one. Ooh, wow. A royal blue mixed with a little bit of purple. Bearish. So it's like a brown with a little bit of plum in it, I would say. Just a little hint of plum. Cat coal. This would be beautiful as a transition shade. Crow's nest. Yeah, so it is sparkly. I'm not sure you can see. Yeah, so these are the 10 last shades. Sorry for the swatches, not the best. So these are the 20 eyeshadows from the Wild One palette. Okay, so I used my Tarte Lid Lock Buff Eye Base. I have to say it dried a little bit, so I might have to put a little bit of coconut oil in it, but right now it's still a bit dry. That's too bad because I really like it. So we'll see. So I'm just gonna set my lid with the shade Paper Tiger, that first matte shade right here. My brush looked dirty, but I used my Veramona Color Switch. Then I'm gonna go to Cat Coal, this shade, same brush. Yeah, my lid lock is playing me right now. So far, blends super easily. Always lift your chin, look in the mirror, and so that's the best way to see that everything is blended. Right now here I have some trouble, but it's not the shadow, this is my lid lock. I think I'm gonna go to Bearish, this shade. Just do a little bit because, oh, look how pigmented it is. Look how easy it is to blend that eyeshadow. Okay, let's build it up. Wow, honestly, like this blended so easily and I love how it looks right now. I could just pop another matte color in the center and I will call it a day after putting on mascara. Super impressed, but well, for the sake of the video, I'm gonna look a little bit intense because it's morning right now. But I want to try the Chameleon color, Chameleon. So that nice duochrome shade. Okay, so I'm gonna go with a brush first, using the Fenty Beauty one. So it works great with the brush, but I'm gonna try with my finger on the other side so we can compare. Honestly, it applies as well with the finger as with the brush. I'm gonna try to wet the brush using some MAC Fix Plus. I really like that brush actually for shimmery shadows. Look at that, do you see that when I do that? You can really see like how duochrome that shadow is. I think this is a beautiful, beautiful color. Okay, I'm gonna pop a little bit more of that bearish in the inner corner and the outer corner. Do the link. So far, I am loving the palette. I'm gonna do a little bit of concealer and do the rest of my face and we'll finish the eyes in a minute. Alright, face is done, and also if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I always put the details of my looks. I want to go in the inner corner. I'm gonna go with Sheepish and use it just for a little pop in the inner tear dot. That's so pretty. See that? And this is dry. Yeah, I have to say, brush or finger, it honestly works the same. Makes a little difference if you wet the brush, obviously. Okay, now I'm gonna go to Dog and Pony. This shade. Try to use as many shades as I can for that first look. And just connect and drag it. I'm gonna go back to Bearish, that deep brown, and apply it like very close to my lash line. Alright, and you know what? I'm gonna use something to highlight under my brow bone. I think I'm gonna stay matte. I think I'm gonna use Paper Tiger, the first one we used. Okay, just a tiny bit of White Elephant. I'm gonna use a smaller brush. Okay, tiny bit. Just right here. Alright, and just with a blending brush, go back to Cat Call. This one, tiny bit, and make sure everything is blended. Alright, and for the last step, I am using the Marc Jacobs Le Marc Lip Crème, and this is in the shade Puur-fect, and I think that's the only shade it came with the holiday collection. And look at that little packaging, so cute. And the color, I like that they came up with a nude. Look at the bullet, it's slightly rounder than usual. Let's see if I have a lip liner. I'm gonna use my Makeup Forever Aqua Lip liner in the shade 14C. And let's apply that little guy. So creamy. Oh, I love the formula of that lipstick. This is amazing. It glides on your lips, and my lips were pretty chapped, and look at that, it looks so smooth. I think this is a very, very flattering color, very pretty color. It will go well on almost every skin tones, I think. So that's it for that first look with the Wild One Eye-Conic 20 eyeshadow palette from Marc Jacobs. It's really annoying because I am in love with that eyeshadow palette. I think all the eyeshadows like I used on my eyes worked so well together. They blended perfectly together, no problem. I had no fallout, or barely, with the darker shades. And look at that duochrome. It's $124, like Canadian dollars. I know it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, but you get 20 eyeshadows, and each of the eyeshadow 0.80 gram. The packaging is cute. I like the box. Well, zebra, it's a little bit kitsch, but I don't know, I like it. I think it's pretty sturdy. I like the mirror, even if I did not use it for this video, but the mirror is very nice. I can't wait to play with the other shadows. The only ones that I think might be tricky to work with, but I have to try it, so I might do a free looks one palette if you want to do it. If these two shadows right here, the red ones and the peacock, like bull eyes and peacocky, might be a little bit hard to work with, but honestly, this bearish like brown is stunning, and it blends so easily. You can do a smoky eye so easily with it. And that duochrome, like chameleon, like it's stunning. I'm really happy with the palette. So for sure, if you want to take advantage of the VIB rouge or VIB sales, like 20% off of $124, well, you do the math. Well, it's $100 the palette basically in Canada. This is a great discovery. If I have time, I'll come back. I'll get back to you a little bit later to tell you how it stayed all day long on my skin, but so far, coverage, I am super impressed. It dried matte. First, like, I had a feeling it had a little glow, but then this glow just disappeared. What I have on my cheeks is the Stila Kitten highlighter, and this is also something, there are 3 colors I think, something that worth the hype. If you can get it on sale, great. They have it also at Mural, so if you have points, really like the texture. It's a little bit creamy, like a solid cream. There's a nice mirror too, and this is a beautiful highlighter. And something I've been loving recently, I've been rediscovering it, is the Kat Von D Shade and Light contour palette. If you don't have a contour palette, this one honestly is great. I did my Halloween makeup tutorial, so you can see like how you can create a very intense contour with it. I most of the time use these shades right here. So this one just like to, you know, intensify the contour at the end, like the banana powder, I call that. She calls it like lyric. And then the contour, well, sombre, this one all the time for the contour, and this one to bronze. This one is, well, I use it most of the time on my eyes because it's really dark, but I think this is great contour palette. I am getting back to you 6 hours later at least, or maybe 7, just to let you know what are my final thoughts about the foundation first of all, and then the eyeshadow palette. The lipstick, I just reapplied some. Obviously it was gone after, you know, having lunch and drinking, but it's not long lasting at all. But I'm in love with the formula. I love the color. It's something I could wear like every day. It's my everyday color. As for the foundation, the Milk Makeup foundation, I think this is a really good one. I'm really impressed. It lasted all day. It looks very natural. It is matte, but I have a feeling with like the day, like it mixed in with my natural oils, it looks very natural, and I am really pleased. It's actually competing with my YSL All Hours foundation. So yeah, really like it, and like the packaging. I like that it's light, it's very travel friendly, so you should give it a try because I am dry skin, and yeah, it's not very often like I can say that a matte foundation is good for me. Then the eyes, well, honestly, just look at it. It's just, it looks so good, it looks so nice. So I'm really happy with that palette. Hopefully you can purchase it with a 20% off. The mattes, I think there's lots of options also for transition shades, so I will absolutely give it a chance, give it a try. It is way better than the one from last year. That's it, my friends. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!